Hi, this is Laura Meeks of the Laura Meeks Show, and today I have the esteemed Karl Anthony, singer, songwriter, author, and speaker. Over 500 songs I learned.
That's right.
On the last.
So we're going to get comfortable. I'm going to sing them all right now.
Right, and we're starting with song one. We'll just sit back and relax. One of the things that I want to dive straight into, because you and I have had a number of discussions. In my line of work, Fly High Living is all about dream on, fly high, and live adventurously. And the first part of that is the dream on part. Yeah. And one of the things that I have found in my work and in my life is that finding your dream, finding your passion, and moving towards that is so key. It has been so key in my life as a pilot, as a business owner, and now as a life coach. That I feel in some regard that I've been lucky to follow my passion. But in the discussions that you and I have had, I do think that the average person does have some challenges trying to find that passion. How do we, in your words, how do we find our passion? Where does that come from? Are we born with that?
Well, I think it ultimately it comes down to what do we want. What do we actually love, obviously? But those are tough questions. And I think the hesitation and so often when we get into this aspect of, I don't know what I want and all these sort of things, and it's because we're looking for perfection.
We all want to be good at it before we.
Yeah.
Always don't you feel like sometimes as you start down a road, it's like, okay, I need to study this like forever till I really know I'm going to be good at it.
Yeah, and I know for myself, it's like I want to pick the thing that I really want, and not waste my time on something that and so there's a hesitation, and I have a dear friend of mine, and he come up with this term, I believe his name is Ryan Eliason. He's a great coach and a dear friend, and he says, it's all about imperfect action.
Ooh.
And moving towards something that just feels, even if it just feels okay, just move towards. So we so often just kind of hold back because we don't know what it is, and so we don't do anything. Because we're just afraid. I've done it so often in my life where you want it to show up so that you can put your full self into it. And the truth is, sometimes it just doesn't come because we're just too busy wanting to be perfect or wanting to choose the right thing. And so I think the best thing, and I love imperfect action, where you just take a step towards something. And
an example for me, I was doing a bunch of stuff. Somebody came in and told me about drum circle.
Yeah.
And you and I have talked about drumming. So you're an accountant. You're sitting at your desk and you're thinking, well, I'm not really passionate about anything, but
I love drumming.
I do like drumming, but that's lessons. I got to get a drum set and everything. What's one step?
Seems so impractical, doesn't it? Especially if it's something like that. It's something completely opposite of what your background and all those sort of things. But I tell you what's the next step is get a drum.
Get a drum. And bang on.
Yeah, get a drum. I'm working with a lot of kids. I'm a big encourager of being a part of music. Having music be a part of your life, obviously, and so every kid I encounter, I go, well, what instrument do you play? And they'll either they'll tell me what instrument they play, or they'll say, I don't play an instrument. And I go, well, if you did play an instrument, any instrument at all, what would it be? And I don't play an instrument. I know that, but if you did, what would it be? And then I just don't let them off the hook. I just says like, what would be, if you could tomorrow morning you're up and you're playing.
Well, and I think that's a great line of questioning just for the average listener as you're sitting at your desk or you're driving your car, or you're listening to this video on Facebook or wherever you happen to come across this, is to ask yourself, I'm just not creative, or I really don't have a passion.
Right.
But if you did have a passion,
exactly,
what would that be?
Right.
And then you try that.
Yeah.
You know, like you said,
Well,
I want to be in music.
It's so funny you said that, because that's the second thing I always do. You know, I say, how you doing? I don't know. Whenever I get an I don't know, I say, well, if you did know. Let's make it up. Let's make it up. And that's that imperfect action. It's like, you know, sometimes we just don't know. So our mind, you know, there's that monkey mind that goes on. Sometimes we confuse ourselves. Maybe all the time.
All the time. I don't know about you, but I do too.
Yeah. So you know, you really just have to it's all about action. It's about moving towards something. And
perfect.
I believe, and that becomes perfect.
Yeah, that becomes perfect. Well, and then, you know, dream on, fly high, live adventurously. First part, dream on.
Yeah.
Find something that you're passionate about. If you're not sure what you're passionate about, ask yourself if you were passionate, what would it look like?
Right.
And start taking an imperfect step
action
toward that. Buy the drum. Take a lesson. Take a guitar lesson. Take an acting lesson.
Anything you want to know is on YouTube.
Class.
You know,
everything you know is on YouTube. We're on YouTube. Hold this for a second. I want you to know that I highly value your time here today so much that, watch this, I'm going to pay you.
Oh, look at this.
I'm going to pay you.
Cash is in the house.
Cash is in the house, and I want you to know how much this is. This is $1 million. That's if you come to my show and you're interviewed, $1 million. Thank you, Karl Anthony, singer-songwriter. You can find him. You'll see in the video at the end, karlanthony.com. You can find more of Karl Anthony out there on YouTube and on my station.
It is a pleasure.
Thank you so much for being in the house. These are great. This is Laura Meeks signing off.
Bye-bye.